Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop.
But the Cornish is way back there. Are you sure Lorraine wants us to come up here?
I know, Gil, but this is what Lorraine said she wanted us to do, so you just do whatever Lorraine says, you know?
Well, I understand that, but we're way away from the Cornish. Lorraine, what the heck is going on?
It's a half a block away. I know you're probably out of breath hiking up that hill.
You know, I didn't train for this.
He's in good shape playing pickleball these days and all.
We are here for the 15th annual Center for the Arts Open House. It's going to be a fabulous event tonight.
Oh, the Center for the Arts Open House. You know, I thought I got an email on that or something.
You did?
Yeah.
Then why are you so surprised?
Because I didn't know we were going there.
We're talking food, libations, a back scene tour with Center Director Julie Baker tonight.
You know, I always wanted to go look behind the center.
Me too. I heard there's a ghost up there.
A ghost?
We're going to talk ghosts. We're also going to be on stage, see the baby grand. This is going to be a spectacular night.
All right, and of course it is the Center for the Arts Open House tied in with the Cornish, and what a great opportunity for the center to connect with the Cornish Christmas and draw the people up here.
And it's also time to renew your membership, so this is a really good time for them to talk about everything that the center does for our community.
And then, of course, besides Julie Baker, I understand Rod Baggett's going to be here with his choir.
And caroling, everybody in the community invited tonight to carol. It's going to be wonderful.
It's always fun to carol with Rod. And then later in the show, I believe it's off to see the Jolly Fat Guy.
Santa Claus! I've got my list ready.
Yeah, I don't understand this whole thing about lists, but...
Well, you got to have a list for Santa Claus, Lorraine.
That means there's more than one item, I think.
Oh, okay.
I have a long list this year.
You do. Excellent. Well, shall we get started?
Yeah, right after the break, come on back, and we're going inside the center and see Julie Baker and get the big tour, find out about the ghost, and then, of course, we're going to go down and see Santa. You're watching Cornish Christmas right here on the touchdownproductions.com. We'll be right back.
Olive Vitality on Mill Street is the only store to carry farm, fresh, extra virgin olive oil produced locally and around the world. Olive oil has many benefits, and Olive Vitality offers a wide selection of flavored oils and aged balsamic vinegars. Be sure to ask about their olive oil classes. Revitalize your mind, body, and soul at Olive Vitality on Mill Street.
Join the Penn Valley Area Chamber of Commerce for a new Christmas tradition in Nevada County. It's the Holiday Lights in the Park, December 18th and 19th at Western Gateway Park. This drive-through only holiday wonderland captures the spirit of the season with light displays created by local groups. There's still time for you to sign up for your booth. You get to choose the People's Choice Award, and the first 50 cars each night receive a free goodie bag. It's the inaugural Holiday Lights in the Park, December 18th and 19th at Western Gateway Park from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. in Penn Valley. Be sure to bring the whole family. And Merry Christmas from the Penn Valley Area Chamber of Commerce.
All right, so we're going on a tour. Whoever wants to go on a tour, let's go on a tour.
Let's tour.
Let's tour. Let's tour the Center for the Arts. We're gonna start with the most important room, the John Blinder Green Room, because there's a lot of history right here with this one guy. Look, you even turned lights on. Did you notice that?
I did.
You're powerful. So we're gonna come in the Green Room.
Nice.
Which is where the artists hang out before a show. And what's really fun about the Green Room is to actually see all the posters of all the artists that have come to the center over the years. And we started this about 3 or 4 years ago, so it doesn't represent all the artists that have come in the 15 years that the center's been around, but in the more recent years. And what's fun for the artists who come is that they get to sit here and they'll say, oh my gosh, Keb Mo's been here. I know Keb, and James Cotton, and Richard Thompson and Albert Lee. And We just had Hugh Masekela, who was here recently, and a lot of times artists come and they're like, what, we're playing Grass Valley? That's not a place I've ever heard. It's not San Francisco. It's not a major urban area that they've played many times before. But when they come in the green room and they sit down and they see all the posters, they are comforted by the fact that they know that they are surrounded by people who've done this.
Who's the most famous?
Who's the most? Well, it depends on who you think is the most famous. I don't know.
Junior Brown's pretty hot.
Judy Collins.
Kevmo.
James. Chris Christopherson, Crosby Nash, Buddy Guy, Lily Tomlin, Kansas. Paula Poundstone's been here many times. A lot of artists come back once they've been here once. They love coming back because they get such a great reaction from the audience and such a professional crew that we have here, and they just love the community of Grass Valley, and so they come back. Right. And, Michael Franti, let's see, Arlo Guthrie, Joan Baez. The list goes on and on and on. They've all been here in Grass Valley. Anybody?
This is where they hang out.
This is where they hang out before they go onto the stage. Here's our stage. And you're going to... So the upstairs takes you to the Sierra Dance Institute, who is above us. So this is the Center for the Arts main theater. And I was telling that it seats 310 and 380 if we do a seated standing combination. We're standing on the stage where an artist would stand, and what's great about that is you see how close the artists are to the audience, and they love that. Especially some of the actually bigger touring artists are really excited by that because they're often in venues where they are not feeling the audience as much, and it's not as intimate. And the sound quality, the thing we've probably invested the most in is our sound. And that's what artists, in particular, a lot of musicians are really, they come out of here saying, oh my God, I love the sound in this room, and the audience as well. We have a beautiful Steinway piano the community helped us purchase in the last several years, and that's also great to have here. And it's got a great history. It actually was Roger Hodgson's piano originally from Supertramp, who lived here for many years. Yeah, and then it went to Music in the Mountains, and then it went to the center. So it's been here in the community for a long time. So you're here during our holiday party, and you get a chance to see the center all decorated. Well, we have a room that we like to call the creepy room.
I want to go see the creepy
where
room.
the Phantom lives. And that's up these stairs. I don't know if anybody dares to go up there.
Creep us out.
You want to go up to the creepy room? So we'll make sure nobody gets hurt in the process of going to the creepy room. Chubby Checker came to Grass Valley in 2010 and put on an amazing show. And as you can imagine, when you do 150 events a year, there are a lot of things that you have to store. So we have a lot of storage up here. You want to do a selfie with Chubby Checker? We're actually going to put it down. I just found him tonight, so I think we'll put him in the silent auction. He's signed, so people might want to do the twist. John, any particular history about this room you'd like to share?
Oh goodness, this room was a repository for all kinds of junk over the years. This is about as well as it's ever looked.
I know, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice and clean?
No question about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So John is the ghost of the center past. I'm the ghost of the center present. And we're trying to figure out who the ghost of the center future is.
The future.
Maybe it's somebody right here in this room. All right, so we'll keep going. The lawyer on the board says, make sure I light the stairs for everyone.
Well, that's right. Maybe it needs some reflective tape.
Yes. We don't go up there too often. Only the Phantom goes.
They've done wonders in recent decades of reflective materials.
That's absolutely correct. Hi, Rick.
Hello.
So this is the Prospector Lounge, and during dance concerts, there's a lot of folks hanging out here, and we have a bar in here as well, and fabulous volunteers of the Center for the Arts we're so lucky to have who are here tonight, so you can get a cocktail if you'd like. And we recently started doing a fun thing with Felton Pruitt, and it's Fat Music Radio. You can see it right here. So many of our shows are broadcast on the internet. And we've also started doing some live streaming, video streaming, and we did that this year with the Waylon Jennys. We're going to be doing more of that. So here is a real exclusive look at what the radio station looks like. This is it. This is the radio station right here. This is all you need. This is how it's being broadcast right here. That's it.
Julie, it's so high tech.
Isn't it super high tech?
Is this part of it?
Yes, this is how we make it work.
Really
You have to
nice.
have the Christmas lights. And I'm pretty sure that those just happened today because I told Dave we're opening this door to the public and he went, "What? No, you're not." So anyway, here's the exciting radio station. Here it is. How about that?
I'm underwhelmed.
It's a lot of
And now we have a chance to meet up close and personal the center director, Julie Baker. Julie, what a wonderful tour. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. It was great to have you guys along for the tour. We were so pleased to show everyone. We're really proud of the venue and what we've accomplished here.
I was amazed by the number of artists whose portraits are in the green room.
Yeah, it's really incredible. I mean, it's really at the level of what you would see in an urban environment in a much larger population. We're really lucky that we've had these artists that have come here, that the audiences have received them in the way that they do, that the community has supported it, and we can keep that going. But it's phenomenal. I mean, from everyone, as you see when you're looking at it, we've had everybody, and they love it.
You have a lot of big names, but it wasn't always that way.
It wasn't always that way. There was a lot of great people who were keeping the center going as a community arts center. We really sort of shifted the focus in about 6.5 years ago and started doing more of these headlining artists as well as supporting local artists and doing all the community aspects of what we do. But it's definitely become more a part of what we're known for, but that is only still one aspect of what we do. We're here for the whole community. We do a lot of youth programs. We have a children's theater company here 3 times a year. We do dance showcases, we do literary events, we do comedy, we do lectures. We do a lot that is not necessarily what people always see in terms of the headliners, but there's a lot here.
And you have hundreds of volunteers donating thousands of hours.
We do. We're super lucky. We absolutely couldn't do it without our volunteers. When we do a Vets Hall show where we take things off-site, it takes about 100 to 150 volunteers to make that happen because we turn the Vets Hall into a performing arts center in a day. Any of our shows we have volunteers at, but we also have an incredibly amazing professional staff, and that's really the only way we could do it as well. We couldn't be only a volunteer organization, and so people's support also helps to make us professional so that the artists feel comfortable here and want to come back.
How many artists do you have in a year and over the 15 years of the center? Is there any way to estimate the number of performers and economic impact in our community?
Well, definitely economic impact is millions even in a year, and you can look at those studies and what we do in terms of bringing people from outside of the community here and then having them, travel downtown and then look at it and say, well, I'm going to come back again. But really, probably, let's see, we do close to 150 events a year, and we've been doing this for 15 years, so, 1,800, 2,000 events probably.
This is the 15th year. This is a wonderful open house. Tell me everything that's going on this evening.
Well, we've got people here coming. It's a free event for the community. We love to open our doors and have people see what the center has to offer. We've got a silent auction and an art market, items made by local artists that are for sale, very affordable works of art. We're going to have a wonderful holiday sing-along where we're going to sing Christmas carols and holiday songs with Rod Baggett, who's the Nevada Union choir director. And we've got selfies with Santa, which are so far the biggest hit.
All right, I'm going to give you a chance to plug New Year's Eve celebration.
Oh, yeah, we have a great New Year's Eve coming up. We've got Lorraine Jewett with her newest band, which is called Lolo Jewett. It's kind of neo-jazz, vintage pop. It's really fun. She'll take a Michael Jackson song and make it super new and exciting and fun. And then we've got Katie Rubin, who's a fabulous comedian, and she'll be doing about an hour of stand-up comedy. And then we also have burlesque, and the Bowtie Beauties are just wonderful. And then we're going to end up with a DJ and a balloon drop and the whole thing. So something for everybody. It's going to be such a great time right here in downtown Grass Valley, easy to get to. We'll have cab service home, and we'll hope you join us.
Perhaps we shall see. World Fest, first year the center has taken over World Fest. Talk about that event and where you're heading in the future.
World Fest was really a really exciting, critical piece for us in terms of our growth and in terms of what our mission is. And one of the things that World Fest represents, again, in terms of economic development, you have about 60% of that audience is coming from outside of town. They're staying here for 4 days. We're really going to activate the relationship to the downtown even more. But really, in terms of cultural engagement, that's the piece that I think excites us all on staff and on the board and the volunteers in terms of educating people about cultures from around the world, traditions, struggles, things that are happening outside
outside of our own small community, and how the arts and music and engagement in that way can really affect change. And so we're excited about how that can we can do that through World Fest and through workshops and through the music, but we'll see that also throughout the year.
I have one last question. How do you, and it's all about you, we in the community know it, how do you get these big names to come to our small town?
You know, in the beginning, it was really just hitting the pavement and introducing ourselves to everyone and saying we're a great stop along the way in between San Francisco and Portland or wherever it may be. 7 years into it now, they know who we are. They know we do a really great job. They know we have excellent audiences that will support the shows. And so now it's coming to us. So it's, you know, it's about relationships like anything else. And we're just blessed to have a professional staff to handle it all and a community that supports it.
Well, I want to thank you for talking with us. You have so many people coming to your open house. Looks like it's going to be a fabulous event. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with our third weekly Cornish Christmas event in just a minute. Thanks for staying with us.
Yeah. What's your name?
Thank you. My name's Alex.
Alex what?
Alex. Scribner.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for entertaining.
I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Yeah,
All right.
keep covering this awesome stuff.
We're at SPD Market in Nevada City asking people what they like about SPD.
I love SPD Market because I know all the people here and I've been coming here for a long time. I do all my socializing here and they're just a great community supporter.
I like SPD Market because it's like coming home and seeing all the people I've known for years.
And that's why people love SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Welcome to Plaza Tire and Automotive Service in Grass Valley. At Plaza Tire and Automotive Service, the customer comes first. We only do what's right for the customer, not necessarily what's right for business. Third generation family member, learned all that I know from my Grandpa Fred, my dad, my Uncle Mike, my grandma. My entire family's been a huge part of learning about the automotive industry. Grass Valley is our fourth location, and you can also find us in Colfax, Penn Valley, and Nevada City. I am Blake Hauser, and I welcome you to join us for the grand opening at our Grass Valley location.
Intero Real Estate Services in Grass Valley, Penn Valley, and Lake of the Pines announced their newest location in Nevada City.
I would like to thank everybody at the Chamber for welcoming us. We've had a great time putting this thing together. Part of our business plan from day one when we opened in Nevada County 2 years ago was to open an office here. And so we've now got the 4 offices that we had planned all along, and we couldn't be happier to be here. We welcome them all to Intero Real Estate Services.
Is that rumor true then that you're going with Dancing with the Stars next year?
I am the winner of the Dance with the Stars. I've made sure of that.
Okay.
I have my voice.
The votes are already in.
Exactly.
John, last week, as you probably saw, we talked to Sony, one of your officers walking the streets here, and we talked about his recollections of Cornish Christmas going back, well, since he was a child. But you've been here a lot also. What's the romance of this event to you?
Well, I've been your police chief for 17 years, and each of these Cornish Christmases, I come out. And the romance of it is just being able to talk with people and reminisce about how the year has been, looking forward to the holidays. You meet old faces you haven't seen for many years. I just talked to a gentleman I haven't seen him for 5 years, and he's back. And it's just a warm, heart-filled event that puts you in the Christmas spirit.
Well, it does, and of course 17 years, we've been here 19 years, so it was right after we started that you took the job here. Obviously, there's a love affair with, I think, the community and GVPD that you've helped foster.
Well,
no pun intended.
Yeah. Well, it's we're part of the community, and we love to be engaged in the community. And what I've fostered is just having my employees get involved and roll up their sleeves. I'll give you a clear example. One of my officers was checking on a business in the basin this morning, and an hour later the supervisor went by because he was still there, and he's going, "Why is that officer still there?" They had a water leak, and he was in there mopping the floor for him, helping them out, mopping the floor. So, that's what we call customer service and being part of the community. It's just being involved, and how could you not be involved in this community?
Well, it's hard not to be involved, and you are leading the example, for that, and all your employees here. And I think that's why when you walk down the street, so many people know, oh, well, there's Chief Foster.
Right. Well, it's to the point that if I'm not here, they ask where I'm at. They expect me to be here.
I get that same complaint.
Right.
How come you weren't covering that?
Right, exactly.
All right, John. Well, listen, Merry Christmas, though.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Good seeing you, as always.
All right.
Okay, carry on.
Keep us safe.
You
know what? I might.
A good boy this year?
I'm trying, Santa. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be good.
Okay.
Did I make the good list?
Well, so far you're on the bubble, but we can work it out.
We still got a couple weeks.
Clean your room.
And take a
Call
shower.
your mom. And make sure you do all the good things and kiss your wife.
All right.
For me.
I'll do that.
All right, my friend.
All right.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
And I'll talk to you this week, I hope.
Yes, sir.
And I'll see you Christmas Eve.
No, well, here, we'll get in there then.
A list? Okay, what list do we got?
I have a few things on my list for this year.
Okay, Bud do.
That's my favorite horse.
Oh, your horse is sick?
He's not very well, so I would wonder if you could just put some magic dust on him. Maybe the elves could have some dust and make him better.
Yeah.
I would like to keep him till he's at least 35, and he's not 100% well this year.
Wow. And then you need some new boots, huh?
I need some new cowgirl boots. These aren't really riding boots. These are dress
Is that
boots.
what you're riding with?
No, I do have some other boots, but they're kind of falling apart.
Okay, well, we'll look on that. You've been a good girl this year?
I've been a very good girl
You
this
have?
year.
Is your room clean?
My room is clean. My house
That's
is
what
clean.
counts,
The
okay.
carpets are steam cleaned.
Okay, and what is Victoria's secret?
Victoria's, oh gosh.
Yeah, she got a lot of secrets, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
Oh, I can't hardly believe it.
But what I should have put this one first.
World peace.
World peace. I would really love some world peace. I hate to sound like Sandra Bullock, but I would love world peace this year.
Well, I don't know if Santa can do much about that, but I try to give lots of sweets out so everybody's having a good time.
Yes.
And chocolate being right at the top of your list.
Yes.
And some socks to make them boots more comfortable.
That's right.
Well, excellent. That's an excellent list.
Okay.
Can I keep this list?
You can keep that list,
That's right.
Santa.
Oh, I will. And Merry Christmas to
Merry
you, darling.
Christmas to you,
And if you
too.
like, my elf's got a little candy over there for
Oh,
you.
thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you betcha.
Merry Christmas. But maybe we should go back to Lorraine and see what she's doing.
Last time we left her, she was in the green room.
She was in the green room that was brown.
She was saying it wasn't green. I don't understand that. Great idea, though. Let's go back to Lorraine, back up at the center.
And now we're back in the green room, which, as you can see, there's nothing green in here except a green dress over there. But I'm with Rod Baggett. What a wonderful performance tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
What do you get out of performing for the community like this? I know you've performed at the center several times in this big event, the 15th annual open house.
Well, there were several things tonight that I get out. We did a lot of roaming around singing just as people are milling about, and that's just kind of fun to be a part of the atmosphere. But then we did a formal performance on the stage and sang a lot of fairly traditional carols that people, I think, recognized, and sang a few things that were new to, I think, a lot of people's ears. Luke's Urumque is this beautiful song about golden light. And then afterwards, we sang Christmas carols, and that's always a joy. The audience participation is a lot of fun. And I think a lot of people these days, they don't get a chance to sing carols anymore. I have so many students that they don't even know them. So anyway.
How many people get to say they sang with Rod Baggett?
Evidently, according to Alexis, I have a lot of contacts on my phone, so a lot of people probably.
Alexis Walker, now you're a Nevada Union High School senior this year?
Yes.
And how long have you been with the choir?
4 years.
What did you think of singing at the center tonight?
It was a lot of fun. I do a lot of stuff around the community, but choir is definitely one of my favorite things to do. We do a lot of stuff just caroling, especially during December. Every day in December we do something. So doing things for a lot of the big members in the community is very exciting for me.
A big member or a big number? A big number?
Well, more like like when we go and carol just around the streets of town, not a lot of people see us, but when it's a big number of people, it helps show everyone the talent that we have and the amount of work that we put into what we do.
Now, a big member of the community is your father. You want to do a shout out?
Yeah, my dad, Jamal Walker.
Is there any way you can sing? What is it when you don't have music? Is it a cappella? Can you do something for us?
No, I can't.
Now let's go find Teresa and Gil back on the streets at the Cornish Christmas Festival.
This is the great place to...
Right, there's a nice little metal Christmas tree.
Right. That's perfect. It's perfect for the front yard to put some lights on.
And of course, Joan going for the horseshoes there.
Yep.
She loves a good horseshoe when she sees one.
Yes, she does. Oh, look, there's Rudolph made out of horseshoes.
Yeah, he's got a little red nose there. That's very nice. Oh, here she is right here, Diane. Hi, Diane.
Hi, how are you?
Our executive director of the GVDA. Now, I just saw you at the Grass Valley installation.
Yes, that was a lovely event, wasn't it?
It was a lovely event. It was really nice to see you there, and I think that was your first one, right?
Yes, it was. It was
This
great.
is your first
And
Cornish.
this is my first Cornish.
How do you like it?
It's, it's magical. And, I know for Grass Valley, this is an iconic event. I think this is our, 48th year that this event has been around.
Is that what Howard Levine was telling us?
Well, no, we were talking about the
4th of July parade.
Donation Day.
Oh, Donation
Which is
Day.
130 years. And then the parade is right behind that, I think, like at 118 or something like
We're
that.
right around 48 years of having this event.
Wow.
And and it's magical, and it's a beautiful night out.
Yes, it is.
It's really not all that cold. And people are having a great time. So.
And we saw you going to the Center of the Arts, too, to the
yes.
open house.
Yes, wonderful. And it's great to see so many things all going on together and celebrating the holidays.
And we were going to contact you to arrange an interview next week for our final Cornish broadcast, but as the way it usually works out, we just find you walking down Mill Street.
That's right. I'm just taking it all in, making sure our vendors are happy and our guests are enjoying the town, and it's a full night, so it's good.
So as your first Cornish, a little bit different than the Thursday night market with a wintry feel.
Right. This is where you get your Yuletide fill up. You come down here and it's magical. The lights are up on the buildings, and it's just something really special about
Have
it.
you tried the roasted chestnuts?
I was in the circle, and he ran out. There's so many people waiting to have roasted chestnuts.
Saving some for us, so you want us to put in a good word
Please
for you?
Please do. That's pretty special.
We've been up there, I
That
think.
would almost make me want to sing.
We've been up there every week that we've been doing the show, and of course this is the Cornish Christmas broadcast that we're doing week 3, and I think you were saying it had a pretty good response from when you've sent it out.
Yes, it has had a great response, and the thing that's so much fun is to see all the local people that are here, because this is a tradition. Year after year, they look forward to this. It's they come with their families, and then the people that come from out of town. That same thing. It's a tradition. They know about it, and they want to come experience it because it's special.
Well, we've seen that. Remember, Teresa, we saw the couple that their first date was this.
Yes, they've been here every year. They were married for like 42 years. They met here.
Oh.
We met them on the first week of Cornish Christmas. It was pretty amazing.
And they always come to opening night of the Cornish, and that's their date night and kind of anniversary of their first date.
And the other thing that's really very fun, and one of the things I get a kick out of, is the kids get to write letters to Santa when they go to the Santa's workshop. And of course, they get an answer from Santa. And we pass it along to the North Pole, and we get to see the addresses of where these children are coming from to come see Santa. So.
Well, we saw quite a few people the first week that were from out of town as well.
It does seem like there were a lot of people here for the very first week that were out of towners.
Well, that was Thanksgiving week, so a lot of people were here visiting
and
family.
We continue today. We had a lot of phone calls from folks just saying, "Hey, how's the weather? Is it okay?" And it is. And this is an event that barring weather that's going to be dangerous, we're going to keep going.
Well, the weather cleared out nicely for us tonight, and
Kind of like a divine providence, right?
It is.
We've been having all this rain, and it cleared
just
out just
stopped
for
today
this
and dried up.
It was amazing.
Well, we wanted to wish you Merry Christmas, of course, and of course 2016 is going to be your first full year as the Executive Director of the GVDA, and there's going to be so many more great events and everything. We look forward to sharing them with you.
Well, we look forward to just keep making things better and doing some new and exciting things for 2016, and thank you for all you do, Gil. Merry Christmas.
All right, Merry Christmas to you.
Good seeing you.
Likewise.
Well, it's been so much fun having you here with us tonight at the Center for the Arts and at Cornish Christmas. So, Gil, did you have a fabulous time tonight, and did you enjoy Santa Claus?
You know, Santa is always a favorite of mine, and your list was pretty long. I don't even know how he's going to fill that, Lorraine.
I don't think there are enough elves at the North Pole to do all that, Teresa, but good luck.
He's going to have, to bring two. But of course, tonight our featured story was the Center for the Arts, and Lorraine, we learned an awful lot.
Amazing what they've done in 15 years, getting to see the green room, the hundreds of artists who have performed, the dozens and dozens of volunteers, and all the hundreds of hours that they put in. What a wonderful thing that we have right here in our community.
And really, she's humble about it, but Julie Baker is a big reason why a lot of artists come here, and she's raised the level of production very high, and that in turn, these artists talk to one another, and Grass Valley becomes a point of destination when they can swing through Northern California.
Well, they appreciate the Nevada County audiences for sure.
And of course, next week, Teresa, is the final Cornish Christmas.
Aw, I'm not ready for it to be done, are you?
No, I'm not. It's been a quick 4 weeks, and of course, tomorrow, next week also is the Holiday Lights in Penn Valley.
Right, the 18th and 19th in Penn Valley from 6 to 10. It's free. You can go out there in your pajamas and just drive through the park. It's going to be fantastic.
Drive through with your hot cocoa, so you can go to Cornish on Friday, go to Holiday Lights on Saturday, and then of course Christmas just around the corner. Where are you going to be?
I actually plan to be on a snow train to Reno.
There you go. What about you?
I'm going to be home shoveling horse manure like usual.
How
about you?
I'm going to be in Alta Sierra carving the roast beast. So there you go. All right, so Gil Dominguez, Teresa Dietrich, and Lorraine Jewett here at the Cornish. Week number 3. We'll see you next week for our final Cornish of the year. See you next week. Bye, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Cars with boughs of holly rocking around Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned
Join the Penn Valley Area Chamber of Commerce for a new Christmas tradition in Nevada County. It's the Holiday Lights in the Park, December 18th and 19th at Western Gateway Park. This drive-through only holiday wonderland captures the spirit of the season with light displays created by local groups. There's still time for you to sign up for your booth. You get to choose the People's Choice Award, and the first 50 cars each night receive a free goodie bag. It's the inaugural Holiday Lights in the Park, December 18th and 19th at Western Gateway Park from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. in Penn Valley. Be sure to bring the whole family. And Merry Christmas from the Penn Valley Area Chamber of Commerce.